Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to Operation Variation. This is U.S. Pacific Command Turn 9. I'm Admiral Seabass. I'll be your host. All right, Tech. PAC, Pacific Command, is going to try for SDI again with 2 dice. Need a 10 or higher. We're going to try to complete advanced sonar. Need an 8 or higher. And going to try to advance advanced airborne doctrine. Tech 14, need an 8 or higher. All right, let's see what we get. All right, nothing. All right, let's go to unit purchase. Okay, here's what we're going to buy this turn. Quite a bit. We're going to buy an airborne with an advisor for 3, and an F-117 with an advisor for 6. We're going to buy an amphibious assault ship, a destroyer, and a frigate. I think that's 6. I think that's 12 or 13. Actually, that should only be 12. Okay, glad I checked. I overspent on that, so that's 12. That'll change another buy. We're going to upgrade a light infantry to an air cav for 2. Send a mech to Hong Kong. That's the change for 2 with the arms sale discount. We're going to buy an air cav for 4. And we're going to finish our space launch facility using 1 IPP plus 4 battle stars. All right, let's do combat movement. Okay, we got a lot going on up here. So first of all, the 2 attack bombers. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, and both fire 2 anti-ship missiles into a port strike here in southern Kamchatka against those destroyers. 2 pack destroyers are going to do the same thing. They're going to come over here and also fire 2 anti-ship missiles each. Actually, they need to come to here to do that. And now that I look at that, that's not ideal in terms of where my fleet's going to be. I thought they could fire from here, but they can't. So we're going to cancel this part of the attack. All right, they're going to stay on the fleet card. So just 2 anti-ship missiles coming in. The Marine's going to hop on the amphibious assault ship. It's going to move over here, drop him off in an amphibious assault. The field artillery is going to walk in. The cruiser is going to come over here and shore bombard. And the 2 fighters are both going in to Aleutian Islands for that attack. This fighter from British Columbia is also going to go 1, 2, 3 into that attack as well, along with the fighter from the amphibious assault ship. All right. Now let's move you down here. Where we are going to try to recapture South Korea. Again, slightly sketchy attack. 1, 2 with the air cav. 1, 2 with the air superiority fighter. 1, 2 with the attack bomber using battlefield nukes. And then from Philippines, 1, 2, the strategic bomber. Knew that was going to happen. He's going to fire 2 cruise missiles into the fight. From P-28. And the fighter from Okinawa will also go 1, 2 into the fight. Okay. And then my last combat is down here, where we are going to try to convince Thailand to sign a military pact with us, since they are adjacent to an enemy land zone, which is now Cambodia. Ironically, Canada can no longer attempt Canada because they're no longer adjacent to an enemy land zone when I retook Alaska. So let's start here with Thailand. Go a little wider here. We need a 10 or higher. Ah, we got it. All right. So Thailand aligns, and a couple things will happen. First, Pacific Command went up from 24 to 25, and second, their inherent light infantry will get placed. All right. Let's put Korea on the battle board. Okay. U.S. has these 2 cruise missiles going in with first strike. They both need a 5 or less. And they both miss, so that's not good. All right. Now, the attack bomber will have battlefield nukes. So he'll get 3 dice in the first round only at 7 or less. All right, well, he did get 3 hits. So, first of all, Fallout will go from 3 to 4. And these 2 guys are dead, but they get a shoot back. So, all right. The airborne, Soviet airborne at a 2. That's a miss. And Soviet main battle tank at a 4. And that's a hit. That's a land target select, but it doesn't matter. I think I could take a fighter and take the land zone. Or I could take the air cav and not take the land zone. I'm going to take the fighter and take the land zone. All right. So, Soviets will go down to 17, and PAC will go up to 27. Okay. Let's do this port strike up here. FEC will get 2 dice, 2 AMD dice at 4 or less. Ooh, that was a 4, and then it wasn't. So those both miss. And now Pat gets the 2 anti-ship missiles at 5 or less. And there's 1 hit, so 1 destroyer will die. All right. Now, let's do this amphibious assault. It'd be really nice if the U.S. cruiser would just get a 2 or less and end this right away. It doesn't. Also be really nice if the U.S. field artillery would roll a 1 here and end it in first strike. And it doesn't. Okay. So now we'll just roll the 4 U.S. fighters at 6. And there's 2 hits. So the Soviet paramilitary will roll a 2 or less, and he misses. All right. So we retake Aleutian Islands with a Marine and a field artillery. Okay, let's go right into non-combat. So I'm going to move this U.S. fleet card way up here. I'm not sure if you can see that. Yeah, you sort of can. All right. So this amphibious, the fleet's moving up to here. And so the amphibious assault ship will just go back on there along with the cruiser. And then the fighter that came from Pacific Northwest will land in Alaska, along with the fighter that came from the amphibious assault ship. The 2 fighters from the supercarrier that came from the supercarrier will land back on the supercarrier. Let's see. Can one of these attack? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, one of the attack bombers will go to Tokyo and land in Tokyo. And then the other attack bomber will land in Alaska. So I'll go like this and land in Alaska. Okay. And I'll put a sculpt on him later. That's all I can do up there. So here in Japan area, I'm going to sea lift the light infantry from Okinawa. He will go 1, 2, 3 into Tokyo. The strategic bomber is going to land back on Guam here. And that might be all my non-combat movement. All right, let's place units. Oh, I forgot a couple. The Air Superior Fighter will land back in Tokyo, as will this attack bomber. Okay, now let's place units. With an advisor, we will build the F-117 at the airbase in Tokyo. With an advisor, we will also build the Airborne at the airbase in Tokyo. This light infantry will get upgraded to an air cav, a multinational force here of Australian, Japanese, and US units in Tokyo. I love it. All right, what else? The mech will get delivered to Hong Kong, and I will go ahead and place the inherent units for Hong Kong now that I've given them a unit of military aid. So they will now have a mech and the 2 inherent light infantry. Okay. And then in Australia, we will build the amphibious assault ship, and the frigate will be built in port here in Western Australia, and the destroyer will be built in port in New South Wales. Yep, that's how we will do that. And then 2 more things up here. You can see both here. Yeah. Okay, so finally, last but not least, we'll complete the space launch facility. So that gives us 2 in West Coast. And then using the Marine Expeditionary Forces special ability of the U.S., we'll build the air cav directly on the amphibious assault ship in my fleet. All right, let's collect income. Okay, for Battle Stars, we captured South Korea and we captured Southeast Aleutian Islands. So that's 2 Battle Stars. Don't believe we had any others. We didn't kill any subs defending alone or anything like that. Our base income is at a hefty 27. So there's 27 base. Let me check my sheet, see if I get any bonuses. I don't think I will. Nope. No bonuses, other than global support. So let me grab a dice. And we'll roll the global support. And that's a 5. That's midpoint, so that's 4 more. So Pacific Command will have 31 IPP cash on hand for turn 10. Take care, everyone.